big on for Charlie Kiehborth.
How's everybody doing tonight? So as I'm sure you all know, it's an election year. Now everybody is saying this is the most important election ever. On one side, we have a candidate who would be the first African-American president. On the other side, we have a candidate who would be the oldest elected president. Now personally, I think one of those is a little better accomplishment than the other, don't you? I love old people. Now both candidates are pretty equal in support right now, so I think all one of them needs to do is support the legalization of marijuana, and they will go high in the polls. Over 20 million Americans smoke pot every year. That's a lot of support. Now how many of those people would actually remember to go and vote? I don't know. So we waste a lot of money fighting this war on drugs. We spend over $10 billion arresting and prosecuting over 829,000 pot smokers every year. That's more than the number of murderers, rapists, and larcenists combined. Not only would we be saving money by legalizing marijuana, but just think of all the extra money we'd be bringing in for all the new taxes, all the new smokers who wouldn't smoke before because it was illegal. Frito-Lay stock would be soaring. Visine would be sold out of every pharmacy across the U.S. No, I love America, but we have our problems, overcrowded prisons, a ridiculous amount of debt. There's over 3,200 murderers wasting away on death row. So I think what we need to do is take those death row inmates, combine them with America's morbid infatuation with reality shows and death, and create what I think would be the #1 show of all time, Survivor Guantanamo Bay. We could have some sweet-ass challenges. Razor wire pole vault, the crocodile swim. Every week, America can vote to see who dies and how they die. Sorry, Scott Peterson, but it looks like you got the least amount of votes to live this week. And you get to go in the lion cage. It sounds harsh, but America would eat that shit up. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a violent person. I used to get my ass beat when I was a kid, up until the point when I could take my dad, and then he just wanted to be my friend. But being abused as a child, it severely screwed up my perception of proper punishment. You know, I'd get in trouble at a friend's house, I'd pull my pants down, bend over his dad's lap. I didn't know any better. Next thing I know, his mom's walking in the room. She has no idea what's going on. She starts crying, talking about a divorce. Now, I wasn't that bad of a kid. Growing up at school, I got in trouble once in a while. I missed some homework here and there. But my little brother was way worse. You know what he got as a punishment? Drugs. Now, why wasn't it like that when I was a kid? I would have been at school missing shit on purpose. When I was younger, my family packed up and moved from Cincinnati to rural Michigan. And I mean rural Michigan. Nothing but cornfields, hog farms, and apple orchards. None of the kids rode the bus to school. Instead, they just drove their tractors. And I'm talking about like the elementary students. Our school holiday system was all screwed up. They gave us the first day of hunting season off every year. Instead of being off for Martin Luther King Day, we'd be off for John Deere's birthday. We didn't have summer vacation. Instead, they just gave us the whole NASCAR season off. I have a friend who I went to school with, and she's pregnant and she smokes, which is stupid. And I was talking to her the other day, and she was discussing baby names, and I was like, hey, how about emphysema? Or if it's a boy, you could name him Wheezy. Now, her and her husband are atheists, and I'm an atheist, but they're diehard atheists. And if we're hanging out at their house, and they sneeze, I'm like, bless you. They're like, get the fuck out. We warned you. They started this group called Darwin's Witnesses. Now all they do all day is walk around door to door trying to unsave everybody. My wife and I, we got a puppy recently, and we were at the PetSmart getting some supplies, and they now sell this ultraviolet light you can use to see all the places that your pet is soiled. Now when I was a little kid, we used to come home and walk around, and I would hope I wasn't the one who got the wet socks. Now I get to come home and play CSI. The other day I came home, turned the light on, my whole apartment started glowing. I was like, shit, honey, now I know why we named him Spot. Fucker doesn't miss a spot. Thank you, that's my time.